Hey, Mike with Nerd Problems Gaming here, and today's video will be covering another new Nintendo Switch eShop sale and 10 more great games worth buying, so let's get into it. The first game is Runnyk. Now, Runnyk is a simplistic pixel art action platformer RPG, and you'll play as a Viking hero that goes on a quest to find magic runes and to save his love. And the game has some light Metroidvania elements with a 2D world to explore that holds several secrets to find along the way. It has a simplified leveling system, and you can power up your character as you progress throughout the game. You'll be able to find gold coins as you defeat enemies and find treasures throughout the world. And you can use these to purchase items and power-ups for your character through the store. It has fun and challenging bosses, and if you like action platformers and simplified RPGs with a cool pixel art style, I'd recommend checking this one out. The next game is Eden Genesis. Now, Eden Genesis is a fast-paced action platformer set in a futuristic cyberpunk world. And you'll play as Leah, a young cyborg, as she goes on a quest to find a cure for a disease that's slowly causing all cyborgs throughout humanity to eventually die. It has a really cool anime art style and a great vivid world to explore. You have all kinds of fun abilities like a double jump, air dash, wall climbs, and more to really keep the game fast-paced and intense. The game really shines with its fast-paced platforming, but it has a cool combat system as well, and you'll often have to clear rooms full of enemies to progress throughout the world. I think if you like cyberpunk-style games and action platformers, this one's worth checking out as well. The next game is Astor: Blade of the Monolith. Now, this is a 3D action-adventure game similar to the Legend of Zelda series, and you'll play as a young warrior that goes on a quest to solve the mystery of the disappearance of the ancient race that created his people and to save the world. And the game has some light RPG elements and multiple weapon types that you'll find throughout the game, and you can actually power these up through your journey and increase your character's abilities as well. And so eventually you'll be able to upgrade things like your health and your stamina bar. It has a main storyline that you can go through, but also many optional side quests along the way. There's multiple biomes to explore, and it is a bit on the shorter side compared to some adventure games, and it's maybe not quite as polished as a AAA Legend of Zelda title, but if you're looking for a fun action-adventure game that you can play on a budget, this one's worth checking out as well. The next game is Once Upon a Time on Halloween. And this game is a retro arcade-inspired game similar to the Cuphead series, and you'll play as a pumpkin trying to save the world from monsters invading and taking over the world on Halloween. And so it features a blend of classic arcade games, but also mixes in some boss battles similar to Cuphead. Now, some of the gameplay is similar to the classic arcade game Tapper, but it also pulls in a variety of other play styles, such as shoot 'em ups and much more. Now, the game is very challenging, so expect to die a lot, and you do have limited continues, so it might take some time to really progress through the game, but if you like a challenge and classic arcade gameplay, or are fans of the Cuphead series, I think this one could be worth checking out as well. The next game is Last Night of Winter. Now, this is a retro-inspired action-adventure game with some light RPG elements, and you'll play as a hero that awakens after death and needs to go on a quest to find the heir and attempts to stop the endless night that's plaguing the world and to save yourself from an evil curse. And the gameplay features some top-down dungeon crawling as the main focus, but as you'll progress, you'll also acquire multiple different weapon types as you defeat bosses, and each one of these has a unique feel and play style, which gives you a bit of variety throughout the game. It has some really cool bosses and fun level design as you explore through the game, and an intriguing story that slowly unravels as you progress throughout the game. And I think if you like retro-style action-adventure games similar to early titles from the Legend of Zelda series, you'll probably like this game as well. The next game is Ninja or Die: Shadow of the Sun. Now, this is a fast-paced roguelike action platformer with a unique twist on the controls, as your main movement style is only done through jumping. And you'll play as a young thief turned ninja in feudal Japan as you try and end an evil threat from destroying the world. And so many of the levels are procedurally generated, which can keep things fresh, but you'll need to jump your way past obstacles, up walls, and through enemies to quickly clear each challenge throughout the game. Now, there are some light RPG elements as well, as your character can level up and become more powerful over time. There's additional equipment that you can also find along the way to equip your character and further power up your abilities. There's also multiple playable characters that you can unlock, which adds a bit more variety to the game as well. And I think if you're looking to check out a unique action platformer, this one could be worth picking up as well. The next game is Skautfold Usurper. And this game is a gothic Lovecraftian action platforming Metroidvania RPG. And you'll play as a young knight on a quest to rid London of a curse of eldritch horrors that are plaguing the land. The game features challenging combat and somewhat of a brutal Souls-like experience when death is around every corner, and dying has punishing consequences like losing all of your progress between saves. And you'll definitely need to take a strategic approach to combat if you hope to survive. Boss battles are also extremely challenging, and you'll definitely need to power up your character and master the controls if you hope to defeat them in combat. Now, the game isn't quite as polished as, say, a Castlevania title or maybe a Dead Cells or a Blasphemous, but it does have those similar vibes. And I think if you're looking for an action platformer Metroidvania on a budget, this one could be worth picking up as well. The next game is Army of Ruin. Now, Army of Ruin is a bullet hell survival game with a medieval flair and addictive gameplay. And you'll play as various heroes as they try and fight off hordes of enemy evil forces. Now, the gameplay is very similar to Vampire Survivors, but does have a bit of a new twist on how weapons combine and power up. And so weapons will have an elemental type to them, and in order to upgrade them, you need to have certain other elemental types in your inventory. And if you have enough that match the categories you need, you can evolve those specific weapons. And so it's really fun to combine different weapon types and trinkets that can power up your character and make very unique builds for each run. There's also a variety of characters that you can unlock and play along the way. Each one of these will have unique starting weapons, but also different play styles associated with them, and often different buffs and debuffs depending on the character that you choose. There's also an upgradable skill tree that affects all character types, so as you power that up, your team as a whole becomes more powerful. There's also all kinds of different challenges for each level, but it also adds a fun element beyond just surviving the base level. I think if you like bullet hells and survival games, this one's definitely worth picking up as well. The next game is Knights of Braveland. Now, this is a roguelike side-scrolling beat-em-up for up to 4 players with a fantasy theme. Now, the game has a minimal story, but you play as a band of heroes that's trying to rid the land of evil and to rebuild their fallen heroes guild. And you'll explore many different areas with several levels before you face a challenging boss. And as you progress through these areas, you'll need to choose between different branching paths, and this can alter the events that occur throughout each run. There's also different events that happen throughout each run, which are pretty much randomized, and this is where that roguelike element comes in. And so it really keeps things fresh and adds different variety to each run as you progress through the game. And then you'll need to strategically choose which paths to go on, how you want to encounter enemies, and much more. There's a skill tree that you can unlock over time to power up your characters, multiple different character types to choose from with different play styles. And again, it's maybe not as polished as some beat 'em ups out there, but I think if you like beat 'em up games and are looking for a new challenge, this one could be worth picking up as well. The final game on today's list is the Karate Kid Street Rumble. Now, this is a retro-style beat-em-up set in the Karate Kid universe and takes place over the story of the first 3 original movies. And so it has a standard 2D arcade style, but definitely adds in some more recent quality of life features and some modern gameplay elements as well. And so there'll be different things like challenges through each level, like killing a certain number of enemies, mini games after you clear each stage, the ability to level up your characters, and multiple different character types to choose from as well. It features local co-op, but unfortunately it doesn't have online play at this time. There's multiple difficulty settings if you want to make the game easier or give yourself an extra challenge. It has a really cool pixel art style. Now, it might not be quite as robust as some recent beat 'em up games like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge game, but I think it's a lot of fun. And if you're able to pick it up on a discount like it is on sale right now, and you like beat 'em up games, I think this one's worth picking up as well. But again, that wraps up our list of 10 more great games worth buying in this latest Nintendo Switch eShop sale. And let us know in the comments below, are you going to pick up any of these games now that you found out they're on sale? Have you played any of them before? How do you like these games? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. And another really cool way you can help support the channel is we actually partnered with a company, Geek Crate, that puts together various bundles. So whether you like things like Harry Potter, Pokemon, Naruto, Marvel, and more, they've got different bundles for everything. They have a subscription service you can take advantage of, or buy just one-time bundle packs of various items. And so if you did want to check that out and help support the channel, head to nerdproblemsgaming.com/geekcrate, and you'll actually get 15% off your order and help support our channel at the same time. So if you want to take advantage of that cool discount, be sure to head there as well. And if you like videos like this on video games, board games, and everything nerdy, check out one of our other videos here. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to get the latest updates of new nerd videos we put out, and to make sure you don't miss out on any future sale videos so you can take advantage of these great deals. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more soon.